There's something heavy on your heart, isn't there? A weight you've been dragging for so long that you've forgotten what it feels like to live freely. You wake up with it. You carry it into your conversations, into your dreams, into the quiet moments when no one is watching. But what if I told you that burden was never yours to carry in the first place? God is speaking right now. He sees the exhaustion behind your smile, the confusion behind your strength. You've been holding pain that belongs to someone else. Guilt that wasn't yours to begin with. Responsibility for the healing of wounds you didn't cause. And the reason you feel stuck, the reason breakthrough hasn't come yet, is because you're trying to fix a story that was never written for you. There are moments in life when spiritual weight attaches itself to your soul without permission. Through trauma, through broken relationships, through the lies whispered by the enemy, you began believing that you were the one to fix it all. That it was your duty to carry everyone, to be the strong one, to absorb the chaos around you and still smile through it. But God never asked you to do that. He never assigned you that role. In fact, He's been waiting for you to lay it down. You see, God doesn't give burdens to destroy you. He gives opportunities to trust Him. Right now, you may feel the pressure intensifying. The silence has grown louder. The confusion is peaking. But that's only because a shift is near. Before a soul is released, it often feels the chains the strongest. And right now, you're feeling that because the breakthrough is close. God is peeling off layers that were never part of your identity. Titles like failure, unworthy, not enough, too broken, they didn't come from Him. Those were assigned by wounds, not by heaven. You've been listening to voices that echo shame, not grace. But grace is coming now. God is not just watching your struggle, He's preparing to intercept it. He says, "Give it back to me." The pain, the past, the pressure. It was never yours to begin with. He's calling you into a deeper trust, a deeper surrender. Not because you're weak, but because you were never meant to carry this alone. The Creator of the universe is stretching His hand toward your soul, saying, "Let me lighten your load." And maybe, just maybe, this message found you today because heaven knows you're tired. Because God has been waiting for this moment, to remind you that healing is possible, peace is real, and your story isn't finished. The burden isn't yours. The weight wasn't assigned to you. And the time to release it is now. You may be wondering, if this burden isn't mine, why has it followed me for so long? Why did God allow me to carry it for this long? The truth is, sometimes the things we carry are meant to bring us to the feet of God. They aren't punishments, but invitations. Invitations to return. To reconnect. To remember who we truly are, not what the world said, not what the pain shaped, but what God declared over us from the beginning. There is someone in your life whose pain has become your own. Maybe a parent's absence. A friend's betrayal. A child's struggle. And you took it into your spirit, thinking if you hold it, maybe it'll fix something. Maybe the hurt will go away. But listen, God never said your healing would come from carrying someone else's wounds. Your healing comes from releasing them. And in that release, you create space for God's hand to move. Every time you cry in silence, heaven hears it. Every tear you've shed over a burden you didn't deserve is counted. None of it is unseen. You've stood in spiritual battlefields most people don't even recognize. And still, you show up. Still, you carry light in dark places. But now, God is telling you, it's time to lay it down. You've done enough. Let me take it from here. Let that sink in. The Creator is stepping into your story. He's not asking you to be perfect. He's asking you to be honest. Honest about what's too heavy. Honest about what's breaking you. Honest about the fact that you're not okay, and that's okay. Because healing doesn't begin with answers. It begins with surrender. And perhaps today, right now, this very moment, is the divine setup you didn't see coming. A moment where God interrupts your scrolling, your thoughts, your routine, to say, "Child, I love you too much to let you keep carrying this." This is not a coincidence. This is spiritual alignment. You were meant to hear this. Do you remember the moment you started feeling tired for no reason? When you stopped recognizing your own smile in the mirror? That was the moment your spirit began to carry what was never yours. Maybe it came from a broken relationship. Maybe it was spoken over you as a child. Maybe it was picked up in silence, when you tried to stay strong for everyone else. But deep inside, your soul was whispering for help, and today, God has answered that whisper. There is a quiet grace in realizing what doesn't belong to you. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. It's strength to look at the pain and say, "You're not mine." And Archangel Michael is standing by you in this very moment, commissioned by the divine to guard your release. His sword is not drawn in rage, but in protection, to cut away spiritual cords that were never meant to stay connected. What you're experiencing is not a breakdown, it's a breakthrough. The energy you feel shifting, the pressure in your chest, the sudden floods of emotion. These are the signs that the spiritual weight is lifting. Not because you figured it all out, but because heaven stepped in. You don't need to carry guilt over letting go. You were never designed to be a container for other people's chaos. You are sacred ground. You are a vessel meant for love, light, peace, and divine guidance. But the enemy has tried to fill you with confusion, self-blame, and unworthiness. That ends now. God's message is clear: release what isn't yours, so your true soul mission can begin. You were called for more than survival, you were chosen for spiritual awakening. It's not just about releasing pain, it's about reclaiming power. There are memories you've buried, emotions you've silenced, and responsibilities you've accepted that were never aligned with your soul's truth. But now, with God's light shining through the cracks of your heart, it's time to remember who you really are beneath it all. You are not here to carry the emotional weight of generations. You're here to break chains. Perhaps you've been told to be strong so many times that now your soul is exhausted from pretending. But hear this clearly: strength is not about suppressing your suffering. True strength is in surrendering the burdens that don't belong to you, and trusting that divine hands will catch what you release. The Spirit of God is surrounding you in this moment, whispering gently, "Let it go, my child." Even in your silent struggles, you were never alone. Every tear you've cried in secret, every ache you couldn't explain, was witnessed by heaven. And now, Archangel Michael walks beside you, not to push you forward, but to protect your peace as you step into the next chapter. This is not just healing. It is divine justice for your soul. The fear you felt wasn't yours. The shame you've carried wasn't meant to stay. The anxiety that clings to your thoughts? That was passed on to you, but now it's being lifted by divine command. You were created for a higher purpose than simply managing emotional survival. You are God's living message on earth, and what's happening now is your alignment with destiny. There is a sacred reason why your soul chose this exact timeline, this exact family, and these exact experiences. Not to suffer endlessly, but to transform them. You are the one who stops the storm from passing on to the next generation. God trusted you with this assignment because He knew you carried within you an ancient strength. Not loud, not visible, but unshakable. And now, Archangel Michael stands at the gate of your spirit, declaring, "No more. No more carrying false guilt. No more hiding your light to make others comfortable. No more spiritual weight that isn't yours. There will come a moment, maybe tonight, maybe in your dreams, when your soul will feel a shift. A sudden lightness. That is the divine confirmation that what you've released has finally been received in heaven. And what's being sent back is not just peace, it is restoration. Restoration of clarity. Restoration of purpose. Restoration of your connection with God's voice. You may feel emotion rise unexpectedly. Don't run from it. Let it move through you like a river washing away years of invisible burdens. This is what liberation looks like in the Spirit. It may not be loud or public, but it is sacred and permanent. Heaven doesn't need to shout for you to know something has changed. You'll feel it in your bones. In your breath. In your silence. And in that silence, you'll realize, you were never broken. You were buried beneath layers of what wasn't yours to carry. And now, God is unearthing you, your true self, calling you forward into a life that finally feels like home. Because freedom isn't about escape. It's about alignment. And today, you're aligning with something eternal, something holy. You're not just letting go, you're being set free. You may start noticing small shifts in your environment. People you once felt tied to may fade gently from your life. Emotions you carried for years may suddenly feel distant, like they no longer belong to you. That's because they never did. They were energies you absorbed while trying to hold others together, while forgetting you were breaking in the process. But now, God is reminding you that you're not here to be a container for pain. You are a channel of divine healing. And healing begins the moment you release what isn't yours and return to the truth of who you are. Archangel Michael has been sent not just to protect you, but to awaken you. You may feel him in your space, an unseen but powerful presence, like a silent warrior guarding your soul. And he brings with him the sword of truth. Not to wound, but to cut away every lie, every generational pattern, every spiritual parasite that has attached itself to your light. This is not punishment. This is purification. Heaven is refining you, because what's ahead requires your soul to be fully awake, fully aware, and fully aligned. You are being called into sacred responsibility. Not just for yourself, but for the generations after you. Your healing becomes their inheritance. Your courage becomes their foundation. Your decision to say, enough to pain becomes their freedom to say, yes to joy. Can you feel that weight shifting off your shoulders? That's not just relief. That is restoration of power that was stolen from you long ago, by circumstances, by people, by forces you never invited but had to survive. And now, you don't just survive. You rise. You rise with angelic protection on all sides. You rise with divine clarity. You rise with the authority of someone who knows God doesn't give burdens, He gives missions. And yours is unfolding now, through every breath, every prayer, every release, there are signs appearing around you, and they are not accidental. Repeating numbers, dreams that wake you at the same hour, a sudden emotion without reason, these are divine nudges. Archangel Michael is amplifying your spiritual senses because your awareness must sharpen. The next phase of your life isn't about waiting for permission from the world. It's about responding to direction from heaven. You're being spiritually briefed for a role that only you can fulfill. But to step into it, you must trust what you feel deep within, even when others don't understand it. This is the stage where isolation may try to convince you that you're lost. But you're not. You're being preserved. Hidden. Protected from energies that would dilute your calling. The world may not know what's stirring inside you yet, but the heavens do. And that's why divine timing is everything. Don't rush what God is refining. Don't force doors that stay shut. Archangel Michael guards those very doors to prevent premature entry into spaces not built for your current self. Your elevation must be protected, or it will be sabotaged. You may feel emotional waves come over you in the coming days. Let them. They are not weaknesses, they are sacred releases. Tears cleanse the soul. Silence heals the spirit. And stillness? Stillness is where you'll hear the clearest instructions. Sit with it. Don't fear the quiet. That's where the divine voice echoes strongest. And when that whisper comes, when you hear, now, you'll move not from fear, but from divine authority. You are entering a season of supernatural clarity. What was once confusing will make perfect sense. The burdens you once accepted as normal will feel unbearable, and that's good. It means your soul no longer identifies with suffering. It means healing has taken root. And it means Archangel Michael's work is unfolding in your life exactly as it was designed to. Not as a dramatic event, but as a quiet transformation so deep, it shifts everything without you even noticing at first.